Hello, folks. Welcome to Carnival Sunday Infusions. And I'm here in Louisiana, and John Anile is in Georgia, and we're going to have some more people joining us, I do believe. So here we go for Carnival Infusions. Carnival Sunday Infusions, excuse me. So they have the parades going on at this very moment in New Orleans on St. Charles Avenue, but all that noise.
That was a live feed, right? Live feed from the carnival, right?
Live feeds. And someone asked me, that was actually recorded, but they do have live feeds. But someone said, why don't you do a video from the parade route? I said, what are you going to get? Noise? You wouldn't be able to hear me. You know, I see people do beer reviews from like a club or a bar.
Right.
All you hear is like, hey, I'm in a bar. I'm doing this beer. And, you know, it's like, I can't watch this. You know, it's too much noise. Okay. I mean, it's nice to, I can understand you're at your house all the time and you're in the same setting. That's why I go in different spots. And then you want to go live at a bar or a restaurant or something like that. But the problem is you just got all this noise.
Right.
It makes it so impractical. And then you get people that are paranoid, like you take out a camera and start recording. They're like, what are you doing? You know, why are you doing this? And it doesn't really help and then you can't really concentrate on the product because you're thinking about, why is this man looking at me? You know, and
right. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Doesn't really come across so well. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Carnival Sunday Infusions. And what do you have?
All right. I have something that I think will be pretty good. So I've got the Wild Leap Brewing Co. This is out of LaGrange, Georgia, local craft brewery. This is the Caramel Cake Stout. It's a 10.5% Imperial Stout. I have had it. It's really good by itself. So I figured a malt-forward stout such as this would pair well with a very sweet wine. So I'm a sucker for the Manischewitz. So I've got the Blackberry Manischewitz. I'm going to put a little bit of the blackberry on the bottom, dump the beer on top, and I think it's going to be pretty good. So Manischewitz Blackberry with Caramel Cake Stout. That's what I'm doing.
Now, is that certified kosher for Passover or just certified kosher?
This one, it says not for Passover use. So my guess would be it's not officially, it's not certified. It does say kosher.
Well, wait.
It does say kosher.
It's kosher.
But it's not Passover kosher.
It's not kosher for Passover. That means it's made with corn syrup instead of actual cane sugar. All right. I read.
Hey, that's fine with me.
You have nothing to infuse. You can infuse your enthusiasm. All right.
Yeah, get on here and infuse your enthusiasm with us while we're hanging out. Come on, right?
Now, before I go, I'm going to bring some more Mardi Gras noise in, and then I'm going to do mine. If you like a lot of noise, go to Mardi Gras. You'll get it. All right. I was on Bourbon Street just yesterday. Now, I am bringing in, and John Anile chose this, folks, Corbel, California brandy. He said, I listed all kind of things I could infuse, and he said, why don't you do brandy? Because I never hear you do brandy with beer. I said, okay. So I have Corbel California brandy, been on the market since 1889, not 1989, 1889. And they make a big deal about it on their website, how it's handcrafted and all that stuff. But it's got a plastic, the rubberized cork. $14.99 for the liter. Liter. Not bad, huh? $14.99 a liter.
That's a really good deal. Yeah. If it's, if it's worth. Brandy is one of those things. I've had some pretty bad brandy, like the Boncourt. I know I mentioned that to you, the Boncourt brandy. Some brandies have like that rotten, that overly ripe, almost like rancid fruit thing.
Yeah.
But I found that most of the brandies that I've had are not like that, but there are a few, and I know you've had quite your fair share of the cheap brandies. Some of the French brandies as well have that rancidness to them.
Yeah, like that Père Duchesne from Trader Joe's.
Right.
Do it. Don't do it. Now, I've had some really good I've had some good ones too. I've had some good French brandies that were nothing like that, and they weren't even expensive. But the Corbel's a known brand. This is not some off the wall budget item. This is like a major company, and they age their stuff in charred oak barrels. You're echoing a little bit. And now we got Legendary coming on and Keep Sipping coming on. So I'm gonna pour mine. Okay, so I'm gonna do my pour before I introduce the people. So I'm pouring it. I'm pouring the Keystone Ice Brewed Ale, by the way. Keystone is an ice ale, not a lager. Not that it makes much difference, really, but we'll see what happens. So, what is threat? Yep, you're right, and that's a fact. So now, from Florida, by way of Long Island, New York, we have Legendary Ronnie Boy.
Hello.
Hello. And then we have Keep Sipping. Trisha Keep Sipping. And she says, something on her shirt, be drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, beer drinker.
Nice.
She's a beer drinker, but an infuser today on this very channel. What do you have to infuse, Legendary Ronnie Boy?
I'm infusing a Guinness Drought Stout with a new can.
Yeah, draft. That's the old English way of writing draft.
And this is actually a bumpy road brewery inspired infusion. I have the Pinot Noir type.
Oh, I've seen Underwood around here. Yeah,
wine.
yeah.
So that's my infusion. Because the dish stout with Pinot Noir infusion in it. He brewed that. So this is kind of along those lines.
All right. So before you start pouring, I'm gonna bring in some more Mardi Gras Carnival music, Carnival stuff. Well, I better watch that. All right. I'm gonna bring in some. Let's see. Here we go. I could be at that, but I'm here. Okay.
Can I pour it now?
Sure.
Ronnie, you should have put okay. Put a little bit of the wine and then top it back off with the beer. That way it infuses
Or you
evenly.
can get a fork and mix it.
I mean, you could, but you're making it harder on yourself.
That's what I've been doing because I never thought of Trisha's method of putting the liquor at the bottom of the wine. Then you pour it. And I was like, duh. That's what I do with my coffee and cream and sugar, or I should say milk. Okay, so you did that. Now, Trish, Keep Sipping. What do you have?
So I have two different options. So it's going to be you pick. So I found this. It's a classic mimosa in a can with a apricot sour.
Ooh, desperate.
That sounds like an interesting. See what I mean, John? About all these pre-mixed things? That's taking the world over. Okay, what else?
Or a cherry crush sour with a black cherry seltzer.
Oh, I would have sworn that by the first one that you said I was going to say go with that, but the cherry, I say go with that's my vote.
Yeah, do the cherry.
Black cherry.
Yeah, I can't say
My vote.
I never tasted any of those, so I couldn't in good conscience call it.
It's not about. Well, I haven't either. It's just about.
Yeah, I haven't tried them.
No. So for me, like it's still early. I have a lot to do, so I can't do like heavy stouts and stuff. So I thought
Right,
I'd
you
do
could
a
do.
sour
Yeah,
with a seltzer.
I say start with the Southern Tier one, and then depending on how you feel, finish up with the other one later.
Okay, so we're gonna get some more noise, and then you can do it.
What is that, Ron? Can I ask?
Mardi Gras parades on St. Charles Avenue.
You recorded that?
No, somebody else did, but I could have been down there today, but I said, no, it's rain. I was there yesterday, so for Crew of Pontchartrain and Choctaw.
Nice.
Yesterday life was such an easy game to play. Now it seems as if
It's raining.
yeah, it's
And
raining.
I could have gone to the Crew of Sparta and then Pygmalion, but I said, nah, that's enough for me. Maybe I'll go back Mardi Gras Day. So Trish poured hers, John poured his, I poured mine. So Carnival Johnny is going to tell us about his particular product.
All right, so yeah, the Manischewitz and the caramel cake stout, it poured beautifully. It's got like that nice lacing already, that creamy lacing left behind, which the regular beer does that on its own, but the aromas completely change. So the caramel cake stout on its own, just very caramel, chocolate, very sweet, malt forward. But now with the blackberry in there, it really adds that extra dimension, that fruitiness. Blackberry is one of my favorite berries. It probably is my favorite berry, blackberry.
It's a good berry.
It's a very dark, rich, sweet berry, and it complements beers like this very well. I've actually had a blackberry stout before, and I thought it was excellent. So it's nice to be able to add the blackberry wine to a very, heavy stout like this. So the aroma, dark chocolate, caramel, blackberry, very malt forward, no bitterness to speak of. It just smells like a dessert type beer, which it pretty much smelled like that before. It looks great. The head, it didn't affect the head at all, infusing it with the wine. So I guess cheers.
Cheers to you.
Good. Googly moogly.
Ooga mooga.
This is good. So it's pretty much the same as before with all the stout flavors. The blackberry wine doesn't override the palate and take away from any of the flavors of the stout. You're still getting the caramel. You're still getting that almost like a creme brulee type thing with it. It's got a really sweet creme brulee type thing going on. If you've ever had a creme brulee, it's a wonderful dessert. It's very sweet and decadent and delicious. That's what I'm getting with this. The blackberry notes are coming through from the wine. And the interesting thing about the Manischewitz is it's 11%. This is 10.5%. So it's really not like I'm drinking, like Ron has the Keystone and he's putting the brandy in it. It's going to significantly elevate it with the ABV. With this, it doesn't necessarily make it stronger with the alcohol, but it adds a ton of character to it. This infusion thing is really, it's not only catching YouTube by storm with Louisiana Beer Reviews, it's catching the world by storm, I think, because you see a lot of this stuff happening with these craft breweries infusing things into their beer, as well as like just the flavored thing, like, the seltzer. We were talking about the seltzers earlier. There's all kinds of stuff happening right now that you would never have even thought about 10, 15 years ago. I love this. I think this is great. This is probably the best infusion I've had so far. I think the blackberry with the dark chocolate notes and the roast that you get from the stout, I think it complements they complement each other perfectly. It's a perfect infusion because blackberry is a dark fruit, a darker berry.
Yeah.
Has such
it's a little tart and sour too.
Right. I think it pairs perfectly with this.
It's bitter, not sour, bitter.
Look at that. Just look at that.
Yeah. Better.
Look at that. So I'll keep sipping on it. I'll give you a rating, but this is the best infusion I've done so far. And I had a feeling it would be because it's just, I mean, I didn't record it, but I did a dragon's milk the other night with this, and it was excellent. So I figured any stout with a dark berry type, sweet wine, I mean, it's beautiful. So
Okay.
good stuff.
I'm glad you got a good one. Now here I go with some more noise.
That sounds like fun.
Now, if you don't like hearing a bunch of noise and smelling barbecue for like 6 straight hours, don't go to Mardi Gras because that's what's going to happen. All right.
Hey, I love it. I love barbecue. I love noise.
They got so many people down there barbecuing chicken, sausage, frying shrimp, of course, drinking incredible amounts of alcohol. So, it's sort of like a party that goes on for 2 weeks. Okay. Now,
Ron, I wanted to tell you, there's actually Mardi Gras parades here where I live.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, Tampa has one. There's one in Dunedin, Florida, which is very close by.
Huh. That's pretty good to know.
I think I will be checking them out. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I know in Mobile they have parades, but Mobile has the first Mardi Gras. Mobile's Mardi Gras was before Mobile, Alabama was before New Orleans, but Mobile is older than New Orleans by 16 years, so it would make sense. Mobile is an older territory or area. Okay, but anyway, found it earlier. Well, mine, okay, it's gold because it's Keystone Ice. What do you expect? There's the kind of thick glass lacing, and I poured the Corbel brandy, California brandy, and then I put the Keystone on top. Now, first thing I notice, it smells like wood. I don't recall Keystone Ice smelling like wood before. With a little bit of that Keystone Ice banana, you know how Keystone Ice ale,
Yeah, it's got the banana notes, right?
Banana aroma because of the yeast, that Belgian style yeast. So it's a strange combination of banana, generalized beer, wood from the charred oak barrels, and like distilled product, meaning brandy, which is made from grapes. Well, they take brandy. Well, what Corbel does, what all the companies do is they take grapes and then they make wine, and then the wine is turned into brandy. All right. Haha. Well, it tastes like beer with brandy poured in it. Or what can I say? I like the Corbel brandy a lot. It's rich. It has an interesting woody flavor. It's almost has a caramel flavor. I would highly recommend it. And for $14.99 a liter, I would even more highly recommend it. And I got a lot of tastings to do with it, as you can clearly see. I put it up against Martell Cognac. No, it didn't beat the Martell, but it sure held its own against it. So does it improve this beer? Well, I think it gives it more of a dessert flavor, like something you'd have for dessert. It's not going to be nearly as rich as what John Emile's drinking, y'all, or Trish at Keep Sipping with her exotic products, or Legendary Johnny, because Legendary Ronnie.
Yeah, get it right.
Who's Johnny? She said. Who's Johnny? She said. All right, Legendary Ronnie, because I just have a simple product. And even Corbel is sort of on the simplistic side, but I'm cool with it, and I'm recommending it.
One interesting thing, like you do the Keystone with the brandy or any of the macro lagers like that are really interesting when you infuse them with liquor. The stout that I'm doing now with the wine, it almost can fool you into thinking that maybe it was just made like that. Whereas when you drink some of the macro or these lighter beers and then you infuse them with liquor, whether it be brandy, bourbon, Canadian whiskey, what have you, you notice it a lot more. You know, it's and it could be a good thing because, or it could be a bad thing, or it could be something you don't notice. But like like what I'm doing here, you don't really. It almost just tastes like that's how they intended to make it. Like it adds complexity, but it doesn't taste like I just dumped wine in there. It almost is like it was brewed with that intent, much like the Trish the Dish, the Bumpy's beer with the Pinot Noir. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would say, oh, well, Bumpy aged this beer in Pinot Noir barrels, but he didn't. Now, anyway, it's just the different styles interact differently with the spirit.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it fails, and then sometimes it doesn't really do anything. All right, so a little bit more noise. People are going to say, oh, Lord, no, coming on this again.
Oh, Brian's got the turkey baster out. What's going on?
There's a float. There's a float with a bunch of that float had two big rubber boots on the front of it for like getting through a flood. And then,
was there a lot of infusions going on at the parade?
Quite a bit, and not just involving. Some of it involved non-alcoholic infusion items. If you follow, but and the crew of Carrollton is all masked. They're none of the people in that crew reveal their identity. So you see the whole parade coming by, and they're wearing these masks, and you can only see their eye holes. So
better than the other holes.
Yeah, not even their. Well, I think even their mouth is covered. So
right, okay.
But they're very secretive. The crew of Carrollton. Any liquor suggestions to infuse with Genesee cream ale? How about
cream ale? That'd be a hard one.
How about like
that's what I did Genesee with something I did the Genesee cream ale with like a bourbon whiskey.
Yeah. I would say
that's right. Yeah, you did do that.
I would say use Caliber rum because Caliber is so sugary, like a rock.
Compliment it. Yeah.
Oh, Trish, I don't know about that.
Ooh, that my gag.
It would separate, like it wouldn't like it would just like look terrible.
Now, what about Stay Gold, Johnny? I keep saying it. I must have a mental issue. Wait, I'm going to Ronnie Boy. Stay Gold, Ronnie Boy. Now, tell us what you're experiencing.
Okay, so for mine, I think I didn't infuse it quite correctly. I should have poured the wine first.
Yeah.
Because what John was saying with his is that he feels it was very well infused and it's together, not like you just poured it and then you poured something else. It was like connecting. Mine's kind of like one sip, it'll taste like the Guinness, and then the next sip, it'll kind of taste like the wine. So I didn't get as good of infusion there.
Yeah. You could get a fork and mix it up.
Yeah, I could. Or I could just try to do this.
That should work.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. The heads are retaining well. It's got like a creamy look to it there.
It's got like a brownish, like light brownish look to it. I think more so from the wine.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Oh, Ronnie Boy.
Pipes are calling. So it's good. I mean, it could be infused better. So next time I'll pour the wine first.
Okay, but you're recommending it?
Yeah.
I've never had that wine, but I've seen it around in those cans.
The what is it? The Underwood.
Underwood, yeah.
The wine is 13%. The Guinness, I can't find the ABV on the can. Do you know what the Guinness draft is?
4.2.
Oh, okay. It's a light guy.
Yeah, Guinness draft is light.
When you infuse a lighter beer with a spirit, you pick up on the spirit more because of the ABV in particular in the body.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like for mine, I have a 10.5% beer and an 11% wine, so they kind of blend a little bit more evenly because the alcohol is not significantly higher in one versus the other.
And did you pour the wine in first?
Yeah.
I poured like a shot of the wine in the bottom, like maybe a couple ounces, and then topped it off with the beer so it would just blend.
So you didn't do much wine at all, because I did more than a couple ounces.
Well, I mean, I don't, maybe 2 or 3 ounces. I don't really know. It's not an exact science. I just kind of poured it.
Yeah, I didn't put much either. I didn't put much. Now, before we go to keep sipping, I want to say something. When I start watching beer reviews 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, not quite 10 years ago. And one thing I noticed, especially the last few years when I really took note of it, I noticed a lot of people will say, "Now let me take another drink." And it just catches my attention because I said to myself, all my years growing up, and never in my life here, in reality, did I ever hear anybody say they're going to take a drink of something. I hear people say, "I'm going to take a sip," like Trish says, keep sipping.
Yeah.
But it throws me off when I hear people, and it's in other states, they'll say, "Now I'm going to take another drink of this beer." See, to me, I don't use that terminology. I'll say I'm going to drink.
Yeah, it's what you're used to. It's kind of like like people say they'll call like soda by its name, like Coke.
Some people
Pepsi.
call it pop.
Yeah, some people call it pop. I mean, depends on where you're at.
Some
It's
people
like-
even just call it
like Crick or Creek.
cola.
Say what?
It's like the term like crick or creek. Is it?
Yeah,
a
crick or
is it a
creek.
Tomato.
People here say creeks. People down here say creeks, and nobody says I'm going to take a drink. I actually never heard that until I started.
I've never thought about it. I've never.
Well, we have
really-
cricks up here in Colorado, and we pronounce it Colorado.
Colorado.
I can't think of anything else. Right? Can Brian? Can you please explain the turkey baster?
I will. It's just Ron won't let me on.
I am going to get to you. I have to go to everybody now.
Well, I know, but I mean, before
We're
I
taking
just
turns here.
have to. Why are you holding a turkey? What's going on?
All right,
with the
so
turkey?
He's
here's
gonna
what-
infuse. He's infusing.
I'm gonna. Yeah, people have used these before, but in different applications.
Like,
But anyway,
the thing-
I did a homebrew of a New England IPA, and it came out to 6.8%. I just kegged it today.
oh,
So
wow.
what I'm going to do, this is kind of a first probably on Ron's channel,
Yeah.
but right here, that's why I had it tilted down earlier. I have a 5-gallon keg, corny keg, that I do my beer in that I put in the Keyser. So right now, this is not carbonated completely. But I'm going to let the pressure off because I have a head of CO2 on it. And then I'm going to open it up.
Okay.
And now that it's open, I'll put this off to the side after I've been spraying it down. I have Star Sam, which is a no rinse sanitizer, so I don't infect the beer. And here I have a PBR. What I'm going to do is I'm going to infuse it with the NEPA straight from the keg.
Oh, so it's a beer on beer infusion. Is that right?
Since I don't have any liquor,
A beer and a homebrew infusion.
Beer and beer, macro and extreme micro.
So the homebrew
Right.
is not fully carbonated yet because it's still so when you put it in a fully carbonated beer like the PBR, it should.
yeah, it's
Maybe.
gonna.
Okay, but hold on now. I got to go to Trish because she's been waiting with a lot of patience, and I got to
Yeah,
talk.
go ahead.
Now,
You
she
got to
said-
play the music first, or the
Yeah,
parade,
you
right?
gotta do the
All right, I'm gonna put the noise. They say shopping carts, carriages, grocery stores or supermarkets. Okay, and now in Louisiana, grocery store and supermarket is used interchangeably. Okay, they call a big highway an expressway in Louisiana an expressway. Other states call it an viaduct, but in Louisiana, no one uses that term. They say overpass, an overpass.
We say viaduct and
They say
overpass.
Yeah. In Louisiana, the middle part between the two lanes is called a neutral ground. Neutral ground. But everybody else says medium or whatever, median. But we say neutral ground. In Louisiana, it's called soft drinks. And another minority group calls it cold drinks. It depends who you're talking to. Like I'll say, "Oh, I'm going to take a soft drink," but I don't drink soft drinks anymore. And then some people say, "Oh, girl, give me a cold drink." Now, but it depends, who's doing it.
I never heard that. Cold drink? Never heard that.
Yeah,
I've been
they-
around this world. I never heard that before.
We'll say that. I'll hear people in the store saying that. Don't forget to
And-
buy the cold drinks.
In Long Island, the two main east-west roads. There's one that's a highway and one that's an expressway.
See,
So that's interesting.
And we do say median here in Colorado.
yeah, and here they say neutral ground. Neutral ground, because it's not the right or the left. It's in the middle. It's neutral. It's the neutral ground. And there's a lot of other terminology that's used that I would not say on this channel. All right. Anyway, live at least. Anyway, now keep sipping.
Beer drinker. Is that like the
Right.
Boston accent thing?
Ronnie said, like legendary. Keep
Yeah,
it,
drinker.
keep it gold, Ronnie. Boy, here comes the noise. And right now they have the crew of King Arthur and Merlin going on. The crew of King Arthur and Merlin. Okay, now
Before we confuse Trish anymore, we should probably Trish. She looks so confused.
She's like, come on.
I wasn't confused. All right, so I did the cherry crush with a black cherry seltzer. So the cherry crush I've been buying a lot. It's just it's got a really potent cherry flavor. It's sweet and tart. It's super carbonated. It's your typical sour. It kind of reminds me of like a cherry ginger ale, so that's why I picked this one. But adding the seltzer into this, surprisingly, it lost like all the carbonation, which I'm surprised because both are pretty usually bubbly. Like it's wicked flat.
Yeah, it is. It looks like wine.
Yeah, the aroma is there. It's with like a lot of cherry flavor coming at you, but the flavor is gone. Like it is, I taste no cherry. It's crazy. And the mouthfeel is, it reminds me of like a castor oil. It's super bland. This one is definitely a no-go for me. And you can't really see on camera, but there's like an oily film. And I don't know if that's like the seltzer doing it, but there's like an oily film at the top of the glass.
so castor oil is not necessarily what people are shooting for when they're doing infusion. What you're trying to say?
No, I honestly, I'm not even going to drink this because the
Really?
whole like
Not
mouthfeel
bad?
is-
Pass
wow.
it over here.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
I
try it.
can drink everything except I couldn't. There's some I couldn't drink now.
yeah.
I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Yeah, castor oil is like a very thick. I've done it once in my life, and I can't even look at like cooking oil. So this is a no-go for me. So I'll just keep sipping it out of the can while you guys finish up.
That stinks.
Oh, wait a minute. Now hold on a second. Excuse me. But it sounded like you said castor oil.
Yeah, I thought
castor.
castrol motor oil.
No, like it's
Castor.
you
You
use
said
it when
castor.
it's in a lot of beauty products like lip gloss, lipstick. It's in the beauty section. You can use it to clean off your makeup. In my case, I used it to like induce labor. So
Okay,
Okay.
she might be talking about something that we're thinking of differently.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of guys here. Well, I was thinking she was talking about castrol motor
Yeah,
oil.
I thought
No.
But you said I tried it once and I'll never do it again. I'm thinking, well, yeah, probably,
no,
probably
wait.
shouldn't.
Hold on. I thought she was talking about castor oil.
Castor
Wow.
is like the vegetable oil, right? Like for cooking.
Yeah, you know, they give children. My mother used to give me a teaspoon of castor oil to drink.
that's what I'm
Why?
talking about. That is what this. Yes, yeah.
Oh, castor. C-A-S.
Castor,
I
not
thought-
castrol.
CASTRO. I think.
No,
it
no,
is.
T-O-R. T-O-R.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Or- Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
motor
that's
oil.
what I'm
Feel
talking about.
bad. Don't
So
feel
let me
bad.
explain. So let me add. Why would somebody give? Why would you take that?
It's good for
Cat-
your body. It helps you go, use
It's
the
probably like a cleanser, right? It'll clean your
Okay, I'm
insides.
just curious. I've never heard of castor oil before.
Yeah, my mother used to give me castor oil, and I didn't mind it. Actually, some kids say it's disgusting, but I didn't mind. But another
Oh
one,
God, no, I can't. Oh my God, goodness sakes, I can't even think about it.
yeah, it comes from a bean called
Yeah.
castor bean.
It's like an old midwife thing. So for women, for my first child, I took it to induce labor. It's just like a midwife, old-fashioned kind of thing.
It's also what they make an extremely toxic poison out of called ricin.
Mm.
Mm.
So don't do this infusion, guys.
Yeah, don't do that infusion, y'all, unless you hate.
So that's a
unless
thumbs
you
down.
hate disgusting stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
ricin is what like the British secret agents put on an umbrella, and they'll walk down the street and you'll be talking, and they'll come up behind you and stick you with like a spike that shoots out the umbrella, and stick you in the arm with it, and keep walking and
Like
say,
the Penguin and Batman.
right. But what they do with ricin is you'll be in London saying, "I'll tell you what, I wish they would try something," and then the British agent will come by and say, "Hello, old boy," and he'll stick you in the arm, and then they'll find you dead in like an hour. But and they'll say, no motive or suspects. Now, my mother used to also give me cod liver oil to drink out of a spoon. Cod liver oil comes from a codfish. Well, it was very
Castor
fishy.
oils come from calf.
They make fish oil vitamins. I don't know if it's
Castor oil.
cod, but people
No, you
take
can
fish
go-
oil with supplements.
You can buy cod liver oil. Oh, a laxative. Yeah, right. Well, I was trying to be delicate on this channel.
Now we're really going out on left field. Holy crap.
That's just what came to my mind when I sipped it. So that's all.
Yeah, you noticed I said when
No.
I was describing it, I said they give it to people to help them use the bathroom, but I was trying to be delicate. Now, before we go to thrash metal homebrew barbecue,
I'm gonna pour a second. So I'm gonna do the wine first, and let's see if that works out better.
okay, and we got some more noise.
Is that you yelling, Ron?
That's people on the parade route yelling for beads.
That's Ron when he's going, throw me candy.
Yeah, were you in that?
I was in there yesterday.
Oh, were you yelling? Were you part of that?
I don't yell for beads, but I got hit square in the face with beads, and it knocked my glasses off into the street and hurt.
Oh man.
It's really funny. It's really damn funny.
Pelted with beads.
Yeah, because I went to the crew of Choctaw, and I'm out there, and I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Float number 11." I said, "I missed a lot." So I turned and I looked on the street, and there was something on the street. I said, "What is this? Like some kind of chocolate puff?" And this bead came flying at my face, and bam, hit me square in the nose. I was like, and my glasses went. Whew.
Wow.
And I said, that guy did that on purpose. He threw that at me dead because I was near the end of the parade route, and these guys are drinking.
You. That guy knew you, Ron.
Yeah, he was like, this Louisiana beer reviews guy. I don't like his reviews.
That's probably what.
Pelted with
That's him. That's him.
And it's near the end of the route. Yeah, and I was near the end of the route. Usually at the end of the route is
Purple or gold. Purple or gold.
yeah, because you got to imagine these guys are drinking straight bourbon the whole time, and the
I'm
last
like, I'll review it. I'll review it.
they're on the last quarter mile, and I'm out there minding my business. He probably said, "Louisiana beer reviews. I hate that motherfucker," and he threw and hit. I said, "Oh, my glasses went woo into the street." I said, "Look at this."
Ron, I have a question. As a side note, why do they call them crews? Because they do the same thing here. It's KREW. That's like the groups of people that organize the different floats.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's the organization. They call them crews.
Yep.
Is that like related to like pirates?
Now that's an interesting question because these crews were started in the 1870s in New Orleans, and they used terms like Momus, Comus, Rex, Proteus. They're secret. You don't know who's a member. They won't tell you. They wear masks.
It's the same thing here. There's like secret societies of there's one main crew that's in charge of the Gasparilla Parade in Tampa.
Yeah, over here they have
It's
clubhouse.
old, really old.
Yeah, over here they have these clubhouses where they meet, and they won't tell anybody who the members are, and they wear these masks, and it's really weird, you know. But I guess
They're a
it's
bunch
all
of bikers.
yeah,
A bunch of biker dudes.
you know, it's all just
Bunch of
hijinks.
biker dudes.
Now, there's some crews that are public, like they won't cover their face,
Yeah.
but then
Most of them, right? For the most part.
oh yeah, you'll never know who they are, and that's even the ones
Hi, I'm Mindy. We have Dora, and we're all part of the crew.
on horseback. Even the ones on horseback, most of them like you don't know who they are. You know, they
It's the KKK.
I didn't say that.
They're wearing
The
hoods.
crew with the K.
But people said that if you yell out, hey doctor," that everybody on the float will turn and look at you. So apparently, it's
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the high class people of society, like the lawyers, the doctors. Those are the people behind the masks.
Yes. The Illuminati's making
doctors
float.
and engineers. So if you yell out, "Hey doctor," everybody on the float turns and looks at you. All right, now if you're at Rex, especially now, let's see. Thrash Metal's going to tell us about his beer.
I'm always moving. I'm never at Rex. Anyway, that turned out pretty good. PBR with some NEPA.
It looks like a NEPA.
Heck yeah.
Oh wait, sorry.
the
Yeah,
Asian
it's it kept its carbonation.
Wait, we got to do some noise.
Shit.
You playing video games?
Yeah, that's going to be going on tonight till about 11 o'clock.
Shut up, kid. Get off the road. You're going to get run over.
Get off my lawn.
You ought to go there, Mardi Gras. You ought to go there, but you ought to go down there Tuesday, February 25th. If it's decent weather, it's going to be so crazy. Oh, race
Is that
late.
Fat Tuesday? Is it
Fat
Fat
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday. Yeah.
See, I know what I'm talking about. I heard that Tuesday
You
bit
know,
down there.
Do they have Mardi Gras in Colorado, Crash?
They have Matty Grasses.
They have marijuana.
It's kind of like an Oktoberfest, but not in Munich.
They have marijuana grow. All right, now tell us about beer on beer.
Oh,
Okay, homebrew NEPA. I make a damn good NEPA, I think, and put it on a PBR, and it makes the PBR wonderful. So it turned what PBR is 4.6% or something like that.
Yeah, 4.74.
John, correct me if I'm wrong.
4.74, I think.
Yeah, and then you put a homebrew that's about almost 7% on top of it. Oh yeah, it'll make a PBR stand up and salute you. That's pretty good, pretty nice.
Do you taste more of the IPA? I guess.
Pretty color. Still got carbonation in it. It's got some legs. It's got some good.
And it knows how to use them.
I taste more of the fruit from the NEPA. So the fruit, the kind of the zest, the orange, the lemon, yeah, pretty good. Yum. Cheers, all.
Cheers.
Well, that's the first for Infusion Sunday because
I need a bib.
Trump was at the Daytona 500 race. Okay.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see what he was saying, but I saw he was there.
It's too bad they had rain, you know.
And no, at the Daytona 500, they had rain.
Yeah, he said they got delayed because of rain. It's on a suspension right now.
Oh, really?
But we got the XFL, and that's what counts. All right, now, well, John and Neil ate Carnival. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Carnival John.
They were actually driving around Trump, and it was the presidential car around the track. Did you see that?
Nah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I think he's the one that said, "Start your engines" or something.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty good. Cheers, chat says keep sipping.
It was, I think Brandon said it was the first time a president's ever done that or something like that.
It could be, yeah. I don't know.
He did a lot of first. First president to speak at the March for Life. First president. He's the fattest
And when they
president.
were going down the details of his car, like they were doing the details of each car, and for his car it said the top speed is unknown. Like they don't want you to know what the top speed of
Right.
it would be.
Exactly.
But it can go 0 to 60 in like 3.9 seconds, believe me. But he's also the fattest president since William Howard Taft, who was, by the way,
The fattest?
yes,
Really?
relevant. It doesn't matter. I don't care about weight. I care about policies. You know me.
Of course.
But also,
the fattest president since the president that got stuck in a bathtub because he was too fat that when he went in the bathtub he got stuck and they had to like pry him out.
right, and they had to put a special bathtub in the White House for William Taft. But William Howard Taft was also, not to mention,
This is a true story.
also not to mention, William Howard Taft was the last president with a mustache.
Fun facts.
Was there room in the tub for water?
More presidents with mustaches, I think. But anyway, I'm not going to do scores per se. I don't know if scores make sense with this because when you think about it, you're doing these mixes, which are not a product. You can't buy them at the store. So I don't think scores makes a whole lot of sense.
It can because you can make your own product.
For sale.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't know, not a score, but like, would you do it again or would you suggest
right.
it?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's
Maybe
what
a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
But what you could say is it a win, a loss, or a draw? You know, sometimes it's a draw. It makes no difference. You saw I did some of those where nothing changed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a win where it enhances the product. Sometimes it's a loss where it makes it like castor oil or Fidel Castro oil.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Castro.
Castrol motor oil. We were thinking.
I'm giving Trish a hard time. You know, I have
Ron, like this, it's like a positive. It's a win-win where PBR, it brought the PBR up, but the NEPA in it was good anyway, so it's a positive. You know what I mean? So it lifted PBR up, and the NEPA it didn't bring the PBR didn't bring the NEPA down. It all stayed pretty high.
Okay, so what you're saying is it's a double approach conflict. It's a win-win situation.
Correct.
Okay. Now, so you
It's a
did
win-win in the glass, a win-win on your tongue.
I'll have to try that with like just a New England IPA with a PBR.
It's pretty interesting because I never actually thought of doing that.
A beer on beer concoction.
Yeah, beer to beer. Well, John and Neely, do you call yours a win, a draw, or a loss? I know what you're going to
I'd say it's a win. The Manischewitz Blackberry is pretty tasty on its own. The Wild Leap Caramel Cake Stout is good on its own. You mix the two of them together, it's still good. It adds a little bit different flavor to the stout. You know, with it adds the fruity note to the bready chocolate caramel goodness that you're already getting from the stout. It's win-win. I mean, it's good. It's I'd say it's somewhere in the A range if I had to rate it. It's an excellent product, and
Nice.
Okay,
it's good.
so we have two wins.
Now the beer, as far as the beer stuff is concerned, I've been doing that for years. Like a purple Gator. You take half Purple Haze, half Andy Gator. Like back when I worked in the bar, we'd have regulars come in. They would request different beer infusion. You know, do half of this, half of the other. Man, that's
Really?
good stuff.
Now, you see, aside from a black and tan, I never heard of such a thing. Now,
Yeah, me. I haven't either. Not like especially not in a bar.
I'm like, I can't speak for you, legendary Ronnie Boy, stay golden Ronnie Boy. But in my case, I'm very detached from things. Like I don't know about things that are going on in the world. So I was shocked by it.
Yeah, right, Ron.
Ron's a hermit.
I am somewhat of a hermit. If you saw my phone, you would say, yeah, he's a hermit. Now,
He owns a bridge.
but I was thinking of some things, but I better not.
I threw you off. Sorry.
What were you thinking of?
couple of things. Now, anyway,
Let's hear it.
What about keep sipping? What's keep sipping got? What's keep sipping got?
Yeah, we're gonna get to her. But so we got a win from Thrash Metal. We got a win from John Anile, Carnival Johnny. I am gonna say that it's a win because it gives the Keystone Ice a woody flavor, a little bit more character, but it still retains its banana flavor and that unique character that Keystone Ice has.
That's what counts.
Huh?
Banana notes.
Banana.
That's what counts.
Yeah. And Keystone Ice is a great value. You're talking about $7.99 for a 15-pack, folks. And then Corbel Brandy is $14.99 for a liter. I think it's a win versus a win. You take a positive and a positive, you combine them, what do you get? A positive. That's math. Now,
you take a negative and a negative, and what do you get?
A positive. So you could. So what he's trying to say is, if you take two horrible products and you combine them, you actually get a good product.
Right.
So if you take Earthquake High Gravity 12% and
Trish's concoction,
then you got to win. But then that's more difficult. Now, Stay Golden Johnny Ronnie Boy. See, I have a mental issue, but Ronnie Boy. Oh, Ronnie Boy. The beers are calling.
The beers are calling.
What do you score that, huh?
Oh, we're not doing scores. I'm gonna give it
not a score, but do you say it's a win, draw?
It's a win-win situation.
Double approach.
Yep. This is another win.
We know what you're gonna say. It's a double thumbs down.
Yeah, this one, the sour with the black cherry, the cherry crush with the black cherry seltzer. I really thought it was going to be phenomenal. I was walking around the beer store because I knew you were doing this, and I'm like, what can I get? What can I get? And it's definitely a letdown. I don't like it at all. I think it totally just makes it bland, and unfortunately, this is rare but undrinkable. So
that is unfortunate, but I guess they can't all be winners.
Don't try this at home, folks.
That's right. That's how Drano was made, I guess.
Oh no, that's because
you've had both. You've had both Trish individually, and they're both good by themselves, but they just don't mix well.
Yeah, no. It just made it super flat when I mixed them.
What I can't get over is that you're going to actually literally dump it out. You're not going to drink it, or is that just like internet bravado?
Give it to CBP.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, make Brandon drink it.
No, I did. I took it downstairs. So like I said, I had a bad experience with castor oil. So I think I could drink it if I wanted to, but I would rather not have that mouthfeel. So it's a no-go.
It's weird how it came out that way with that mouthfeel.
Yeah, Brandon, when I took it downstairs, he said it could be like the oily substance because this is like a gluten-free product. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Wow. I can't get over that,
Alcohol abuse. I know.
Yeah, at least the toilet's getting something.
But yeah.
Hold on a second.
So what did you switch to?
I'm just drinking them separate out of the can. There's a little bit of this, so going back and forth. I'm not going to wait.
We had one failure. We had one failure, but that's going to happen. I mean, if you're doing all these infusions, I mean, you got to expect sometimes it's going to be a bomb.
Yeah.
I should have went for this one, John and Nelly. I blame it
let's
on you.
blame John on this one.
Yeah.
That's right. Carnival John.
Carnival John.
Well, I have to say this to y'all. I have even more shocking news.
Oh no.
Dun dun dun.
I have to say it. I have to say it on the internet. So I can't stop. I have to say it.
He's pregnant.
What it sounds like, right?
I gotta tell you,
Mom, Dad, I love you, but no, honestly,
he sold out to InBev.
No, I'm laying it on the line.
You sold out to AB InBev.
No. I'm laying it out here for everybody. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I can't help it. I have to say it. And here it
He's
is.
got to go to the parade again.
I'm adventurous, but I'm not that adventurous. No,
I want more beads.
He's gonna go get that guy who threw the beads at him.
give me a chance, man. Okay, this is not easy. What I have to say is that I'm going to do Super Carnival Sunday Infusions coming up soon. The very day.
Lights going.
Okay, all right. We're going to do Super Carnival Infusion Sunday, and it's coming up soon. So get ready. Strap it down. I got a little emotional because it's that serious. It's that hardcore.
I have a question, a serious question. So this Guinness, there's something in the can.
Yeah, it's a fidget.
Is that the nitro thing?
Yeah.
I've never had a beer with that actually. This is the
Crack
first
it
time I've
open,
had
take
this.
a look at it. Try to figure out how it works.
Yeah. Well, what does it do?
It
adds nitrogen to the beer, and it gives it like a smooth sort of mouthfeel,
An upside down waterfall of lusciousness.
All right, I have to bounce out and go check on my chili, but I will see you guys again soon, okay?
Okay, so we got
You
Super.
got it, Trish.
All right. Maybe.
I want to say
Just-
this. This is important. Trish is not the only person that has ever had trouble with Fidel Castro oil, and I want to play a little clip, and that will explain that. So get ready.
Sometimes I think I should have married a woman like you did. Okay. Kids, a family. Once in my life, be more like wow. It's not easy to be a son, Philip. Not easy.
How creepy.
My mom used to tease me. She'd say, you don't belong to me. You were left on the doorstep by gypsies. Sometimes I think it's true.
This isn't Goodfellas.
Mikey, didn't we spend time like this before? You want a drink, right? Waiter! Por favor. How do you say banana daiquiri? Banana daiquiri. That's it. Uno banana daiquiri. Banana daiquiri.
Oh, a banana daiquiri. Anyway.
What is that movie?
Yeah, what's
All
that?
right,
from?
cheers.
Bye, cheers.
All right.
Bye, Trish.
All right. You don't know that famous scene? How do you say banana?
I don't know what it was.
How do you say banana daiquiri? And the response is
Uno banana daiquiri.
banana daiquiri. Uno banana daiquiri, sir. Of course, senor. That's Godfather Part 2.
Really? That doesn't sound familiar at all.
You were
I'm not.
drunk,
I'm not really big on Godfather.
I haven't seen it in a while, but
Like
that was Fredo, right?
Yeah, he brought the money and
When he was in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more educated on Goodfellas quotes, but Godfather's just too long.
Oh.
come on.
It's a good movie, but it means you just to watch all the. I don't know, to remember all the quotes, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all go take a break and rest. Calm yourself down. Take a little break. Go walk around a little bit, because believe me, whether anybody joins or not, we're about to get serious, because we got Super Carnival Sunday Infusions coming up. And if I have to go solo, I'm going to go solo. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He
not
needs
gonna
his
happen.
Wookiee.
Huh?
He needs his Wookiee with him. Ron Solo and the
Ron doesn't get Star Wars references, apparently.
I remember the Wookiees because it was from 1983 with the Death Star, when they had that one that they made it look like it was under construction, but it was fully in play, and then that tricked the rebels and they almost lost.
See, he's getting too techno with it.
And
You
then
tend
when
to do that.
and then when the Emperor was
there's alcohol involved.
and then when the Emperor was and then when the Emperor was about to kill Luke Skywalker, then Darth Vader said no.
He said he
no.
was his dad, right?
Well, that was in 1980.
I changed your diaper, son.
That was yeah. And so
I
then
used the force.
when the emperor was trying to trying to abuse him so badly, Darth Vader jumped in and he killed the emperor and threw him down in that shaft, and he died. And then the Wookiees did a little celebration at the end.
No, those were.
I can
Oh,
say
yeah,
I've
those
never
those
seen
are like-
any Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah, those are the plush children's toys. That was the
Not
Oh yeah, the
mine.
Wookiee was Chewbacca. Chewbacca. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're thinking of the plush children's toys that
you're talking about Uncle Palpatine. You know,
yeah, the plush children's toys were introduced in the third movie for marketing purposes, and it was very successful. And I'm going to end this hangout by saying that if you've never heard of the Star Wars Holiday Special from 1978, you need to check it out.
Y'all come on down.
don't watch it.
You need to check it out because that introduced
Southeastern Louisiana.
right. Wait a minute. The Star Wars Holiday Special introduced not only Boba Fett, who was in a secret plot with Darth Vader, it also explained many of the events of The Empire Strikes Back. It was a bridge. It was a bridge movie that explained some of that. I mean, it was silly because when you watch Star Wars, you don't expect them to suddenly have rock music videos and people singing like Princess Leia singing like Star Wars, talking about Star Wars. You know, it's kind of bizarre, but
Princess Leia. I didn't know she was a base.
yeah, it was.
That's a reference to Spaceballs.
Yeah, it was different, let's say, but I watched it. I thought it was cool myself. But all right, thanks, folks. We'll be back soon enough for Super Carnival Sunday Infusions.
I'm lights. I'm